So how's the bungalow refurb going?
It's going slow. Um, it's taken a lot longer than planned already. Obviously we're living there. It's been quite come with its own challenges, I guess you could say. But it's definitely taken longer, but we're getting there. We've really making good progress on the front half of the bungalow, and we've just had architects' plans come back for the back half of the bungalow. So we're going to be doing a big single story extension there, and hopefully that might start in the second half of this year, maybe come September, October, depending on the availability of builders and that. But yeah, good so far. Been a labour of love, that's for sure.
So why did you decide to purchase the bungalow?
Yeah, I mean, when you consider the amount of money we've put into this project in terms of the deposit, we had to put 25% down on a purchase price of 290. I'm probably spending about £40,000 of our own money just on the refurbishment. I could have put that money to better use in some ways. £40,000 could be 2 buy-to-lets like I have already up north. I could go and buy a further 2. Maybe that's a better use of money because it could have brought in some cash flow. But I think this has been such an incredible learning experience for me. I don't just want to do buy-to-lets. I want to do flips. I want to do development projects. I want to put my name on the map. And in order to do that, you've got to put yourself out your comfort zone. I've got to experience refurbishments. I've got to learn them from the ground up, not just always employ people, but actually get stuck in myself and take those experiences along with me and become a better developer and investor, I think.
What motivates you?
Yeah, I mean, what motivates me? Just the idea to create an incredible life. I think, create a life in which we have freedom for myself and my fiance. Yeah, you heard it here first. We've got engaged. I now have a fiance, which I'm very pleased about. That's been another life goal ticked off. But in terms of motivation, we just want to create a life of freedom. Be comfortable. I don't need millions and millions of pounds. Just want a good investment portfolio and the ability to run my own diary. I mean, I consider the fact that I grew up in quite a middle class upbringing. Wasn't dragged out, no real tough times, but equally, my parents worked so incredibly hard and made me work for everything that I wanted. So much so that I feel like that's ingrained in me. And my grandfather, he was in property. He was a property developer. He owned a business. He incredibly hardworking and intelligent man. And having that environment and growing up in that environment, there's just no way that I can't be a hardworking individual. There's no way I can wake up every day and just not give it my all. So I think that's probably summarises it for me.
How do you respond to people that say you're taking on too much?
I had that comment recently, actually. Someone commented on my YouTube channel and said, with all due respect, he was very nice about it. He said, I think you're taking on too much. And it made me laugh because I just thought that normally only comes from a place of envy, which, again, I'm not being horrible, but, someone that's jealous or envious are more likely to come up with that kind of comment because they probably wish they were in that scenario. And arguably, I do take on too much. I'm a bit of a yes man. I'll get asked if I want to do something. I'll say yes, and I'll work it out later. But again, it just comes down to I want to take on as much as possible. I want to experience as many different things as possible. And then those that aren't working out, I'll just let them fall by the wayside. But if I don't give every day 100% right now, then how am I going to get into a good financial position in 5-10 years time? And right now I have so many opportunities coming my way because momentum is building. So I've got to be part of that. I've got to take things on. I've got to test my capabilities and take on this extra stress to find out who I am as a person, I guess.
Have you made any mistakes whilst working on this project?
Yeah, plenty of mistakes. and yeah, made lots of mistakes. Obviously, I've already mentioned the fact the project's taken longer than anticipated, but that's not the end of the world. Yeah, it's incredible amounts of plaster that have come off the wall in this bungalow. You know, I went into it when I viewed it, and you know, don't get me wrong, I viewed, you know, hundreds of houses over the years from being an estate agent and stuff. I know what I'm looking at, but it's just something in your brain when you see wallpaper that's in good condition, you somewhat believe that that bungalow, that property, is going to be in fairly good condition. And then, you know, we bought it, we stripped the wallpaper, and then I was blown away by the amount of plaster that was, you know, well, was blown. You know, it was needed to come off, had to chisel it all off, and more than I could have ever imagined, which has created more dust than I could ever imagine trying to live there during this project. It's just, it's been testing and hard work, and I think I underestimated that as well. You know, future projects will definitely, I definitely won't live in future projects, put it that way.
Maybe it's just like a summary of, just to close the video.
In summary, it's still the right move for me and for me and my partner. This is still a fantastic project. We've learned so many lessons so far, and there's still so much to learn as we go on. You know, we're really building momentum now. You know, as I say, the majority of, you know, the front bedrooms have been done, as you can see from the clips. You know, we're about to start the bathroom. You know, the full bathroom suites arrived, the tiles have arrived. You know, the plaster is about to get started in there soon. We're really building momentum now. The architect's drawings have come back. The structural surveyor's coming around soon. Just got to get the builder lined up, and yeah, we're ready to rock and have the extension done come September, October, which I'm incredibly excited to show you step-by-step process as that gets well, as the old extension gets knocked down and as we build the new extension. So, you know, I want to thank you for being part of this journey.